I decided to bring one of the frames over here. So as you can see, this will go in here, slide back in there, and then this is where people say it's kind of difficult because you gotta like get it in those spacers. I have seen frame spacers that had like more of a point to them and longer, so it kind of helped that. But yeah, it'll just be one of those learning things. Now I will have to admit that there was a mistake in my measurements, and I've corrected it, so you're not seeing it now. But see that gap up there? You want that. I didn't have that before. I don't know if you can see it really with the light hitting it. That tick right there was where that frame divider was, or this L bracket was at. So I know before, I think it was 12 and 7/8, and we raised it up to 13 and an eighth. So, and then the same thing with this other one here. We ended up going to 23 and 5/8. This side's a little bit more obvious. You can see how much of I had to raise that. So basically the frame, when I put the frame in, this divider was sitting right on top of it, and it was actually kind of like pushed it up a little bit like that. So the only the other thing that you might want to end up changing is this right here, because as you can see, the rod drops so much now that when I go ahead and put this frame divider in, I'm actually hitting the rod. So I mean, luckily there wouldn't be any bees up here, and I could just come in here, grab it, roll it back, grab it. Something else I'm considering on doing is just maybe like on this leading edge, instead of it being square, kind of round that off, or like put a point on it. That way when it hits that, it ramps it up automatically. That's the only one it does it on. It doesn't do it on this one at all. Like, so I have two dividers in here right now. Like, you wouldn't do this normally. This will probably end up being a queen excluder, which I still have to design and build. Obviously, we're still going to keep it 3/8 of an inch thick. This would be another type of divider. Not it wouldn't be solid. It'd be like, there's a couple different designs I've seen. I'm probably going to do the one that is solid above the frames and spaced out. Like there'll be like basically like a routed channel in between where the frames are at. So you'll see that here in a little bit when I get to that. But right now, yeah, I wanted to correct those measurements. So 13 and an eighth, 23 and 5/8. So what I ended up doing to figure out what that measurement was I knew that proper bee space on top of a frame is roughly 3/8. So I got the frame in there, and then I got a piece of 3/8 inch plywood, set it on top, and then put the angle iron where it was supposed to be at. So, and like I said, it still works out to where even this top cavity is still the right height. I know this is going to look weird with this. It's not a flow frame, but so I still have room right here. Now, my plan is, I know when flow frames are not being harvested, they're not supposed to be at an angle, so I plan on building some kind of wedge that lifts this up to level. It'll probably come in here and wedge, and I'll probably grab this roller or this bar and raise the whole bar on both sides. And then when it's time to harvest, I'll pull that wedge out and it'll drop the frames down. That's my plan, at least.